Good morning, guys. Some of you might have ever been to a Hello Greedo live stream. I apologize, I'm stumbling over my words. I have not finished a cup of coffee yet. It's 5 in the morning. Most of you know that I set my alarm every morning for 4:30. That is my wake up time. And I started writing a script for a video, making a pot of coffee, and I realized, you know what? There's a certain segment of Hello Greedo viewers who have never been to a live stream. I'm very curious. What time is it for you guys? What time is it for you guys? I'd love to know. And is this a time that's awesome for you to check in on a stream? Because I'm up anyway, and if I can, bust out a couple 30-minute streams in the morning, a couple times a week, then I'm completely down for it. 10 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m., 11. That's nebulous. 10 a.m., 10:04, 11 Germany. 12 p.m. Latvia, 5 a.m. Maine, makes sense, 4:04, 5 a.m. What's up, Orko? How's the coffee, my man? 2:30 p.m. here. Nice. 2:30, that's perfect. Took, good to see you, man. I did not expect to see you, but I guess that makes complete sense. You're an early riser as well. Sitting in my studio chair, 4:04 a.m., not on the air for an hour. Nice, hang out, man. or I don't know, play some video games. That's what I would do. Now, you probably got a lot of preparation you got to do, right? But welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. Like I said, I wake up at 4:30 every morning. And as the clock ticked closer to 5 in the morning, I realized, you know what? Why not throw together a quick live stream and hang out? But welcome, one and all. If you got any questions, I'm all ears. Some of you probably have never tuned into a Hello Greedo live stream, so I am here. The hurricane is coming. It looks like it's gonna hit on Monday, but Jacksonville is kind of. We're still gonna feel the impact a little bit, but it's definitely not going to be what kind of middle of the road Florida, what the middle section of the state's gonna feel. So we should be good. I still did cancel my supporter Q&A, and we're gonna push it back to the following Monday. It'll be Monday, September 9th, if you guys didn't hear that. Monday, September 9th will be the supporter Q&A around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Sully Hogs, goddamn, man, good to see you. Welcome to the Super Chat and channel support. Thank you for the Super Chat and channel support. It's early for me as well, Sully. 5 a.m. EST, just woke up, gonna run after this. Nice, man, get that shit. I need to get back into that. How far do you run? I'm gonna keep an eye on the chat. I'm curious though. How far do you go for a run? Golly, I miss doing that. I used to every morning, man. I used to go for before a big trip. I was doing like 4 miles a day. That was before a St. Lucia trip, and I was like, I gotta drop some lbs. But yeah, how far do you go? My go-to nowadays is just 2 miles, and I usually walk it with my daughter. I haven't jogged in a couple months. But Sully, I hope a notification did not wake you up for this stream. I didn't think about that. I hope it was your normal alarm. I hope a bunch of people from the States didn't just get an alert saying Hello Greedo is live streaming. Get up, you fucker. I certainly hope that did not happen. Mr. Matt, aka Starkiller, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Making a French press dark. What roast do you like? I like dark as well. The darker the better. Right now I'm just drinking just Folgers Black Silk. That's kind of my go-to, like whatever 10 a.m. coffee, or 10 cup coffee in the morning. But yeah, that's kind of what we always buy, just bulk. Folgers Black Silk. Now whenever I go to anywhere, Starbucks or anywhere that gives me an option of what roast I want, I always go for dark as well. And I always drink it black. So that's my kind of I don't know, I've never put cream or sugar in my coffee, and I think it started that tradition probably started when I was in the Navy, to tell you the truth. Before that, I don't remember drinking too much coffee, and when I did, I probably just put a little bit of cream and sugar in it. But then but then in the Navy switched over. There we go. That's kind of primarily or the reason I did it. There's a couple reasons I did it. Most of the chiefs drank it black, and as a young enlisted guy, you want to be the. I'm 21. I'm tough. I'm in the Navy now. I got to drink it black, right? I ended up loving it. The second reason is I didn't want to wash my coffee mug, so because cream and sugar and shit inside of it. So I would just like drink my black coffee and maybe like just tip it out over the trash can, and that was it. And set it on my desk for the next day. And the other reason is health, really. Drinking black coffee, better than drinking a milkshake in the morning, But yeah, Matt, thank you so much for the super chat and channels. But I haven't made a French press in a long time. My buddy and his wife got us one a couple of years ago for a little present. And I've only used it a couple times, but that's because I make big bulk coffee in the morning, in the afternoon. Every morning I make about 10 to 12 cups, and me and my wife drink on it until she goes to work, and then I continue drinking on it. Orko, thank you for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that as well. What's your go-to brew, beer or coffee? Oh, those are two completely different meals, man. Right now, as I talk to you at 5:09 in the morning, it's certainly certainly coffee. PBR makes a cold brew coffee beer now. Me and my buddies were talking about that. We wanted to get it when we were up in the cabin. We never found it. It doesn't sound that appetizing to me. So what's interesting, Orko, is that when it comes to coffee and when it comes to beer, I tend to like the same darkness, I suppose. Like a dark roast of coffee, and I like a dark brew of beer. I like a stout. I like imperial stouts, like brown ales, things like that. But I don't know. For the hurricane, I'm gonna say beer, but every morning I'm gonna say coffee, because you got to prepare for the hurricane, right? What if you lose power? What are you gonna do? It's hilarious to me, Orko. I'm going off on a tangent here, but it's hilarious to me. Like, I went to the store. Was it yesterday? No, it was Wednesday. And I wasn't thinking hurricane supplies or anything like that. I was going for dinner for the week, and just some stuff to get for my daughter's lunches. And I walk in and I'm like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, hurricane's coming. People were like getting 5 24 packs of bottled water and 10 gallon jugs of water, and I'm like, I understand we got to be prepared, but some people, I don't know. It's weird. There's a running joke around here that says, you guys live off of 3 Cokes a day, and when a hurricane comes, you turn into a fish and need 20 bottles of water a day. It's kind of funny. But for me, whenever I prepare for a hurricane, I always fill up my beer growlers. So I have gallon-sized, gallon jugs. I got about 4 of them that I usually take to local breweries and fill up with beer. I just rinse those out and fill them with drinkable water. I also fill up all my 32-ounce Nalgene bottles and just put them in the fridge. And you're pretty much set. But I don't know. Long story short, Orko, different beverages for different celebrations, right? Coffee is it's another morning. I'm alive. Let's kick some ass. Beer is, I'm on the couch. It's quiet. Let's watch some Star Trek. Toog, no kidding. Folgers Black Silk, that's the station brand. Nice. That's cool, man. That's awesome. Sully, once again, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Do you drink it black like your men? How do you drink a man? You throw him in a blender? No, I don't. What are you doing? How did I fucking know that some silly goose would make that joke? And I never would have guessed it would have been Sully. You silly son of a bitch. But I do love me some dark coffee. I appreciate that channel support this morning, man. Let me see if you answered my question earlier. I go a mile forward and a mile back. Oh, that's perfect. 2 miles every morning. That's killer. The Third J, thank you for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. The Third J says, "Do you have any advice before I head to boot camp?" Oh, goddamn, man. Nice. I'm gonna scroll down through the chat and see if you added any context to it. Okay, what? I'm gonna keep an eye on the chat. All right. And if you, I'm curious, are you going to Navy boot camp, or what branch are you going to? I'm gonna keep an eye on the chat. So, for a little bit more context. So, I appreciate that, Master Built. Get some sleep, man. Yeah, we'll be safe. We'll be good. We're you know, been living here for 20 years, and we know what we're doing. We're good to go, man. But I appreciate the sentiment, man. And, Third J, so, any advice before I head to boot camp? You know, I think the best advice well, it's kind of tough, because my brother-in-law, he was a Marine, and when I went to boot camp, he gave me some advice, and his advice was don't volunteer for anything, and just keep your head down and kind of blend in. And while that is true, you almost get singled out if you're not a shitbag. Does that make sense? I became what's called starboard watch leader, and I was in charge of half of the division, so about 40 guys. And I did not do anything. I did not volunteer. I did not want to. I wasn't seeking it out. I was just blending in. I was just doing what I was supposed to do. And the RDCs, the recruit division commanders, approached me and asked me if and told me basically I was going to be that. And I was like, son of a bitch. I just wanted to blend in. Oh, Navy, nice, Third J, dude. You know, first of all, do not worry about it. Maybe you'll be homesick, or maybe, you know, some guys were running away from home. Either way, don't worry about it. You'll probably feel a little bit homesick, but what's really cool, man, is that as soon as you get there, all the walls come crumbling down between people. At least that's my perspective. That's how it happened for me. All the barriers and boundaries that people had up just came crumbling down, and we were all literally in the same boat. And I found approaching people so easy, just to spark up a conversation in boot camp, than I ever have in my entire life, just because, you know, we're there, and when you do have an opportunity to talk to somebody, it's kind of a rarity, because most of the time you're not allowed to talk, most of the time. But yeah, some advice though. Definitely learn I don't know, I went to boot camp about 12 years ago, so definitely learn your general orders, your sailor's creed, depending on your RDC, your drill instructor, they might come around and quiz you a lot, individually they might. I saw that happen. I got lucky and I never had that happen to me, but you know, everybody would have to recite it at once, and eventually you learned it in boot camp, but some people, you know, never even looked at it before they went to boot camp, so they were kind of like mumbling under their breath, but golly, man, I think the best advice that I can give you, and this is probably cliche, but the best advice that I can give you is don't fret on it too much. Just realize that, and don't worry about it, and don't be scared. Just realize that millions of people have gone through the exact same experience as you have. And if they can do it, you sure as shit can. It's not a very hard experience. Mentally, I think that's without a doubt the hardest aspect of it, because you're basically isolated and you don't know shit about the outside world, and it's designed to break you down and build you up, you know, one team, one fight, as a team member opposed to an individual. And so, yeah, I mean, don't think it's going to be something crazy. Don't think it's going to be something hard. Don't think it's going to be, I mean, it's going to be hard, but don't think it's going to be something outlandishly difficult, because all you got to do is march, and do what you're told, and realize that it's, you know, only 2 months, and then you'll come out with your fucking chest pushed out, walking straight, hands to the side, that little sailor cap cocked to the side like a badass, and then you'll head to the fleet, man. But I'm pumped for you. I'm pumped for you. Congratulations on making the decision. And, 4 years, once you're in, some people kind of really, really wanted to get out and didn't like it. I wouldn't worry about that. 4 years, man. 4 years sounds like a lot at the beginning of a 4-year period, but at the end of a 4-year period, you go, holy shit, man. That went quick. So just realize that 4 years goes by like that. You got your GI Bill, and you got experience that you can always put on a resume and always look, always be proud of. So, but congratulations again, man, on making that journey and being one of the few who've decided to pull the trigger and serve. So I appreciate what you're doing, man, and best of luck. When do you head out? I'm gonna keep an eye on the chat. When do you head out? The Gaming Shed, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well, man. Hoping episode 9 makes up for The Last Jedi. Well, I think you probably share the sentiment of a lot of people, right? I've seen a lot of people kind of echo that same exact thought. Me, on the other hand, there's not much that episode 9 needs to really make up, in my opinion, for me. I've always said, Gaming Shed, that The Last Jedi has some of my all-time favorite scenes and concepts in Star Wars, but it also has some of my least favorite scenes in Star Wars as well. I'm a fan of the movie. I would say that I like maybe 70-75% of it. My favorite aspects are, I loved how Luke was handled. I loved the relationship between Kylo and Rey was one of the most interesting things that I think, relationship-wise, connection-wise, that we've seen in Star Wars. So there's a ton of concepts in The Last Jedi that I really like, that I loved. But as far as making up for it, I hope it's the people that didn't like The Last Jedi. I hope I really hope episode 9 is more for them, not necessarily in style or fan appeasement, which a lot of people seem to want, absolute fan appeasement, and what that means is just shoveling shit that we've already seen and what everybody already is expecting, kind of predictable. At least that's how I've seen it and what I've heard. But so I really hope those people who are kind of bummed about The Last Jedi enjoy episode 9, because we should all. That's what everybody should be hoping for, right? That everybody enjoys it. But guess what? It's not going to happen. Do you think the people that were bummed about The Phantom Menace really enjoyed Attack of the Clones? No. But Gaming Shed, I hope you dig it, man. I really do. Sincerely, I hope you enjoy it. And I think I got a good feeling. But I appreciate that channel support this early morning, man. Take it easy, Took. Yeah, maybe I'll start doing these 5 a.m. streams maybe once or twice a week. We'll see. Orko, once again, thank you for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Can't wait for the Navy stories in the book. Yeah, I could probably play a little bit of that chapter. I should do well, I'll save it. But there's, I wouldn't say, well, there's a few, I guess, stories. But there's not, like, any, well, it's kind of a broad look at my experience and kind of the way Jesus Christ, I wrote that chapter like a year ago and I barely remember what's in it. Let me see. I'll open it up right now. That's crazy. Yeah, it's okay. So I talk about boot camp. I talk about A school. Yeah, so it's just, yeah, I guess there's a lot. It's 24 pages, that chapter. So it's kind of all over the place too. I try to keep strictly on like a boot camp to getting out of the Navy structure to it. But But yeah, I really need to get it out, man. Like, I was thinking about it. I think it's a little, I think there's a kind of a nervousness to me getting out, because it's a personal book, and a part of me is like, you know, why would anybody give a shit? Why? Because it's such a personal book, and I'm a little nervous that people are going to buy it thinking that it's just going to be all Star Wars, and it's really not. It's kind of, I don't know, it's a very personal book. I talk about being a dad. I talk about the Navy. I talk about my issues and my problems, my issues, whatever you want to say, about social media. There's a chapter devoted to clickbait and social media. But we'll see. We'll see. Eventually, I'll get it out. It's all done, I think. Like the other day, I was like, man, something happened, and I was like, man, I really want to add a couple more pages that I could talk about. But in my head, I was like, if you add those 2 pages, you will endlessly be adding pages forever and ever. It's not like life is stopping. It's not like new things are not are happening to you. You just need to say it's done. It's done. What's up, Admiral? I'm gonna pull up that email right now, and I'll try to record a couple lines. I'm gonna end this stream in about 6 minutes, so I'll record a couple lines and see how they sound. Do you want me to just send the complete unedited version? You know what I mean? Like, do you want me to kind of make it pop with normalizing and all that stuff? Or do you want your audio guys or you yourself to mess with it? I'll just send the bare bones unedited recording if you want. Yeah, I know I need to, Orko, for sure. I need to. Unedited, cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. Let me make sure. Where is the Star Wars pinball codes? Okay. Got copies of the Switch version in my hand. Huh. I don't have a Switch. August 13th. Okay, there we go. Alright, cool. I found it. Is that right? August 21st. There we go. There we go. So what I'm going to do with these streams, guys, I mentioned it on Twitter. I don't know if you saw it, but, you know, I never make my streams public. It's just something that I've never done. Occasionally I do when there's a big stream like surrounding a trailer or something like that. You know, I'll make the stream public after the fact. I've never done it. But I rarely do it, let's just say that. So in order to get people to see some streams that maybe like right now, you guys, this is where your perfect time to watch a stream and you never get to see a stream. What I'm going to do for every week is I'm going to compile all streams into one video. So if I streamed 6 times in 1 week, an hour at a time, that's a 6-hour long video. And I'm just going to make it like I don't know what I'm going to call it. The Hello Greedo week streaming roundup or whatever you want to, you know. It's going to be like 6 hours of streams just pushed together in one giant video. It could work. I like the idea, but we'll see. We'll see. Man. Nice, Orko. I'm selling an autographed helmet today and getting an extra $200. What autograph? What autograph? Curious. Take it easy, Orko. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. And I appreciate the channel support this morning. I'll probably do a stream this afternoon too, because I doubt I'm gonna stream tonight. It's Friday. Probably crack a beer and watch something with the wife. But we'll see. Imagine the monetization in that 6-hour video. Yeah, the thing is, people gotta watch it though, and nobody's gonna watch it. Nobody's gonna watch 6 hours. I mean, maybe somebody at work or somebody who travels or on a road trip might be interested in listening to it. But yeah, we'll see. I think it's just kind of a fun like thing to do, just to have an archive of streams, But yeah, Nick Saban. Oh, nice, man. Don't get rid of it if you don't want to. If you're pressed, you could make that up. But if you don't care about the autograph, what's he doing nowadays? Is he still? He has to be, right? Yeah. I haven't followed college football. I haven't followed college football in a few years. There was a time. Okay, yeah, he's still. Yep, still. Killing it. SEC. There was a time where I followed college football heavily, and it was probably from 2007 to 2012, maybe. It was kind of like Tebow era Gators, and being in the Navy, a lot of guys were in college football, and it was just a topic of conversation. My wife's family is major Gator fans, and it's fun. But I haven't followed college football like I used to in a long time. I used to really, really get into it. Went to the Swamp a few times, saw some games. It's good. It's exciting for sure. But all right, guys. I got to get going. That was 30 minutes, 5 in the morning. It's 5:30 now. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me for about 30 minutes on this wacky old 5 in the morning stream. I'll probably end up doing this maybe once a week. Just kind of like early morning, sipping on some coffee, hangout streams. Throw them in occasionally. It's fun. But yeah, I'm up anyway, right? Wake up at 4:30 every morning. Usually write some videos, but I can squeeze a stream in occasionally. But all right, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Orko, Gaming Shed, The Third J, Sully Hogs, Matt Starr, Killy. I appreciate the support this morning, man. And I'm going to be doing a stream this afternoon, probably around 12:30 p.m., 1 p.m. Eastern time or so. And if I don't see you then, I'll see you next time. Cool? Cool. All right. See ya.